Hey everybody. This is kind of like a revision of my first Principles of Wiccan Belief video. I did that one over a year ago now, and I think that it's good to realize that even somebody who's been in the craft for 10 years still learns things and reevaluates things and things like that. Everybody's got different answers to the questions. These are my answers. But I wanted to go back and kind of reiterate some of the things that I had said and kind of expand on the idea of the principles. So this is the video for the first principle of Wiccan belief. And just to recap, it's the first principle: we practice rites to attune ourselves with the natural rhythm of life forces marked by the phases of the moon and the seasonal quarters and cross quarters. Okay, I like the phrase quarters and cross quarters, but I don't think it just is something we can put to the seasons. When I think of quarters and cross quarters, I also think of the elements, and the tatuic combinations of elements that are right next to each other, and those combinations, how they relate to things in our daily life. Like what type of energy do the things that you use in ritual contain? If you're using chili powder for a love spell, not that I condone most love spells. If you're using chili powder for a love spell to bring passion to your life, what are the components of that chili powder? What types of energy does that bring to you? Well, most people would say that, because it's an herb, it's something from the earth, that it's not just fiery because it's spicy, but it's also earthy. And that's when you get into things like the tantric elements, stuff like that. And I'll probably go on to a further video if people are interested in that. Understanding what types of energy are in certain things based on, the Wiccan system. And the idea that those energies are intermixed within each other. So on to the seasonal quarters and cross quarters. Most of us call them Sabbath. They are from beginning to end. Yule, Imbolc, the vernal equinox, otherwise called Ostara or Eoster. Then we go on to Beltane, then Letha, then Mabon, then Lammas, and then of course the witch's New Year, which is Samhain. But some call it the Charming of the Plow. There's actually a lot of names for the October, late October last harvest festival, and we'll get into that when we talk about that more. So basically, what I want to do is expand on each of these points that I've been talking about now. Another point in the first principle, they talk about the phases of the moon. So we'll talk about what types of spells you can do at certain moon phases, what those moon phases mean to us, and things like that. So I hope that this video finds you well. If you have any other questions about the first principle of Wiccan belief, post them below. I'm leaving comments open and stuff like that. I will delete nasty comments that are irrelevant to the message. But I am leaving comments open for things that are relevant. So, let me know what's going on in your mind when it comes to this first principle. Okay. Tooting.